and foremost, the only people who are 100% responsible for acts of mass school violence are the people who commit the acts of mass school violence. Now, could other people have played a part in it due to negligence? Absolutely. And no one is arguing that the parents of the young men who committed the atrocity at Columbine High School were not in some way or form, negligent, that they didn't miss warning signs. No one is saying that. But we also have to look at other things. Every kid who breaks into a van and steals computer equipment is not going to go on to commit the atrocities that the two Columbine assailants did at their school. Not everyone who writes a dark essay or, is mentally ill or maybe harming themselves is going to go on to continue to do these things. Both of these assailants' parents have come out and said, either on their own or it's been leaked out through police files and stuff, that they were more concerned about what was going on with each of the assailants' elder brothers at the time and that their younger son may have slipped through the cracks. Again, not saying any of that's an excuse. And yes, Wayne Harris, the father of Eric Harris, one of the Columbine assailants, the one that people think was the most nutty, did find a homemade explosive of the pipe variety, things you can't see on here, in his son's bedroom. And he fucked up. His punishment was to go out in the mountains with his son and make him detonate it, because in his mind, my son wants this thing, I'm going to make him get rid of this thing. When really, he wants to set it off, that's why he has it. So you're going to reward him by making him, explode it. I think, his whole idea, his father's oh, I caught my son smoking a cigarette, I'm going to make him sit down and chain smoke a whole carton in front of me, so he's going to be so sick of it and he's never going to do it again. Probably, that's what I can imagine that mindset to be. Now, should he have continued to check his son's room afterwards? Yes. Did he? No. Because in Harris's writings and journals and within the Columbine, basement tapes from the bit that have been, released in transcripts, he stated that he is so lucky that his dad did not go in and search his room. Otherwise, he would have found more explosives. He would have found the weapons because he didn't search. In fact, Harris went and ordered ammunition from that type of shop. Again, it's stuff you can't see on here, from a firearm shop. And the owner of the firearm shop, or the person who was working it, they got the shipment in and they called the Harris home, and it was actually the father that picked up the phone and said, oh, no one here has bought that. We don't, have that kind of stuff. Whatever. It's we have no need. You must have the wrong number, and hung up the phone. A big part of law enforcement, and why they want to hide the Columbine tapes and not release them, is because these assailants talk very, very explicitly, and they almost give a step-by-step on how they hid everything. The assailants very explicitly, specifically say, this is what we did to hide everything. This is how we did it. None of y'all knew. No one knew. Ha, ha, ha. We fooled you. They explained how they were smarter than their parents and they were sneakier than what their parents were able to put together. Now, should the parents, been more involved? Yes. Were there warning signs that were missed? Yes. But we also have to look at the fact that before Columbine, these kind of things weren't as in the media. People didn't know as much what to look out for. These attacks on schools weren't as prevalent. There wasn't all this conversation about that. Columbine is what changed things. Hindsight is always 20/20. But are the parents 100% responsible? No. The only people that are 100% responsible for these attacks are the two jackasses who committed it.